some more positive fee cutting news, which we always love to see. And this one is a big one. It is a fee cut on the most popular global ETF in terms of assets under management for us as UK investors. It is Vanguard's FTSE All World, maybe better known as VWRL and VWRP for the income and accumulation versions. Let me quickly give you the information and then we'll go into more details on why this is so good. So firstly, this is the official Vanguard UK website, and you can see changes to our funds, upcoming changes. It shows the Vanguard FTSE All World, where is it? Date of notice 21st of July, so by the time this goes up, this would have been yesterday. You can see down here they're actually changing the fee on the FTSE All World. Previously 0.19% and now 0.14%. You might have already recall at the end of 2025, I believe it was, the fee on this fell from 0.22 to 0.19, and now it's come down even further to 0.14. You can actually see this change is happening very soon, so it's happening on the 28th of July 2026, so in less than a week by the time this video comes out. If I actually go to the FTSE All World ETF fund page on Vanguard's website, you'll see they've got an upcoming changes to this fund little sign in yellow, and if you click the hyperlink here, it will take you back to that article I was just on. But down here you can see there's over or nearly $50 billion in the fund. So from a quick back of the envelope calc, it will save us as investors in total around £25 million, or I guess dollars, in annual ongoing fees, which is great. The FT also released an article on this. Vanguard reduces fees on global ETF, and it essentially goes through the same thing. It's going to save, 27 million a year roughly. As it says, it's one of the most popular fund choices. I think it still is the biggest global ETF for us as UK investors. And I guess why did this happen? Really because there's been a lot of pressure from other fund providers and fund managers. X-Trackers now have a 0.07% FTSE All World, which is still cheaper. iShares also have a new FTSE All World for 0.12%, which is still cheaper, but I guess by having this fee cut from 0.19 to 0.14%, even though of course they are such small marginal differences, that headline number is what a lot of investors like us look at, so it will make this VWRP or VWRL Vanguard FTSE All World ETF a lot more competitive. Interestingly, it's actually undercut the Invesco FTSE All World, which charges 0.15%, so I wonder if they are going to respond and have another fee cut. Honestly, all these fee wars are just great for us as investors, particularly myself who loves global index funds and ETFs. The fees just keep coming down almost every few months. There's either a newer fund that's cheaper or an existing fund has a fee cut, so it's honestly great to see. And actually, speaking of those other funds, I've got this global index fund cheat sheet which I've circulated now probably for 6 months or so. I'll link it down below if you want to give it a read. But you can actually see there's so many, and I'll need to update this now, so a bit more work for me. But there's actually so many funds. If I go to truly global funds, you can see how low some of these fees are now. Vanguard's one, as I mentioned, now 0.14%, so that's going to come in at third place, but I do still need to add in the X-Trackers fund and also the iShares fund. But overall, there's now a wealth of options available to us as UK investors who want to invest into a low-cost global ETF. And even though Vanguard have got a bad rap, and myself have made videos on this because of their high platform fees, relatively speaking, and high fund fees, relatively speaking, and that is relatively speaking to other UK competitors and also particularly the Vanguard US operation, it's great that seemingly every few months they're bringing down fees. So of course, I really hope the FTSE Global All Cap Mutual Fund fee comes down from 0.23%. That'd be unreal. And if they introduce the FTSE Global All Cap ETF at the same time, that'd be a double whammy of absolute greatness. Of course, that's all unconfirmed, so we'll see what happened. But ultimately, it's great that these fees have come down. I actually invest into this fund myself in some of my general investment accounts. I know a lot of people I speak to still like to VWRP and chill, as we like to say, because ultimately Vanguard still are probably the biggest and the best brand name. This VWRP fund or VWRL fund has been around for so long. It's got the largest track record. It always has very low spreads, a very low tracking difference. So even though a lot of people do look at the headline ongoing charge figure when picking an ETF, there often are other, sometimes more important things to look at, which sometimes people overlook. Despite Vanguard having been slightly higher fee, they were always sort of gold standard with a lot of those other factors I mentioned, but now they are right in and amongst it. And yeah, it's great to see the fee coming down. I mean, realistically, if you plug in, 0.07% for PACW and even 0.2% for SSAC, both global funds, and compound that over 30 to 40 years, it really will still have such a small marginal difference. But of course, I know the lower the fees, the more money compounded in your pocket, the better. So it's great to see, and as a Vanguard fan myself, I've been using them since 2018. I'm really glad that they're becoming more competitive on their fund fees. If they could also reverse the platform fee changes, or maybe bring those down to 0.1%, that'd also be great. I'll put that in the suggestion box. And that is really it, a very short video. I'll flash back up this upcoming fund changes article back on screen again. I'll also link that down below and all the other things I've mentioned in this video. But a 0.05% fee cut, which is great. It's coming in on the 28th of July 2026. And as it says, you don't need to do anything. When it comes to fund fees, they're taken automatically by the fund anyway. You'll never see that cash leave your bank account or current account, but this will automatically be applied from the 28th of July. So your fund fees will be lower going forward. That wraps up this one. I'll also link this global index fund cheat sheet down below. I will need a bit of time to update it with the fee changes and some new funds to add in, but there's still some other helpful stuff about how to use this, why invest globally, how the different indices actually break down and what's included in them. So I'll link that down below. But a massive thank you for watching. I will keep the updates coming as well on this channel when there's new changes in platforms or funds, particularly global funds and ETFs, because if you don't already know, I do have quite a love for them. A bit sad, I know. But yeah, I'll leave that video there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.